City's Pride March is always big. But this year's was even bigger. That's because this June marked the 50th anniversary of the Stonewall riots. And New York was host to World Pride, a global event.
Today, we are expecting approximately 1,800 to 2,000 volunteers. Last year, we saw about 50 to 60,000 participants. This year, we're looking at 150,000 participants. Last year, we had about 90 floats. This year, we're looking at 160. Everybody celebrates their pride in different ways.
I was the first senator marching this parade, and I won't be the last. One day, there'll be 100.
So you do want to have fun moments, but you do want to impress the seriousness of the things that still need to change.
The Pride March has come a long way in the years following the riots at New York's Stonewall Inn, where bar patrons led by trans women of color rebelled against police harassment. Even 25 years ago, at the last big Stonewall anniversary, the organization behind the march, Heritage of Pride, struggled to fund events and attract corporate and celebrity support. So the fact that this year's march was the biggest in American history shows how far the movement has come. But not everyone in the LGBTQ community is thrilled. This year, a group who says the main march fails to represent the true spirit of Pride staged their own. They call themselves the Reclaim Pride Coalition.
Reclaim Pride is taking back our history. It's taking queerness back from capitalism and corporations. Gays against guns. NRA sashay away. I chose to help plan this march instead of the regular Pride Parade because this aligns with what I think Pride should be. It's a march and a protest. It's not about the floats or the parade or the sponsors. It's about us. It's about queer people.
Queer lives, they matter here. Queer lives, they matter here.
What's the issue with having corporations march in a Pride March? Why is that a problem?
The issue with corporations is that they only care about us in the month of June. Some of the same corporations that have, a Pride logo are also donating to organizations that oppress queer people.
Reclaim Pride isn't the first group to splinter off from Heritage of Pride events and call out the corporate advertisers and police presence in the march. New York City's Dyke March has been doing that for 27 years. Like Reclaim Pride, they operate without a permit, something Dyke March organizers say is key to holding a true protest.
We are a not like corporate-sponsored Pride event. We are looking to not have as much of a police presence, and I asked how I could help. And they said that they needed marshals kind of to control our own crowd instead of just kind of being pushed around by dudes with guns.
Do you think that the Dyke March is about politics or is it about identity? Is it about both?
I think politics and identity and all that shit is all the same. I think the only reason that we can afford to not talk about politics is when it doesn't affect us, which means that that's a privilege.
So how do you feel about the Heritage of Pride March that happens on Sunday?
Last year, I went with some friends and I was excited about the community coming together, and then I went and it was fun because I was with my friends and that was fine, but we were just getting pride flags with TD Bank and pens thrown at us.
This is so not new. These are the same conversations we were having when they did the first march in 1970.
Kathy Renna is a spokesperson for Heritage of Pride and an LGBTQ activist who's participated in the Dyke March and the Heritage of Pride March for years.
They wanted to be very political, but then at the end they wanted to dance. And that was a time when organizations, especially when the AIDS epidemic hit, where no resources, they would beg for anybody. Companies that would support us in any way were incredibly welcome.
So there's a purpose to having employees of Google, Pepsi, or ExxonMobil in the march.
What people really need to look at is, again, the bigger picture. People get fixated on, there's a big float. It has the Google, logo on the side. That's not what this is about. This is about Google doing stuff all year round. And it's also about something that I think is really, really important that people don't think about, which is the power that corporate America in showing leadership around equality. Even people who have been in the movement for a long time don't really realize how far we've come. in such a short period of time. 50 years is nothing. It's a blink of an eye.
Many attendees at New York Pride March told us they felt uncomfortable with brands taking up so much space. But a good party can be hard to ignore. Are you going to be marching in the Heritage of Pride March that's happening later today?
I will be. I'll be marching with another contingent in Heritage of Pride. And while they don't align with everything that I believe in, I know that there are still a lot of queer people who aren't ready to protest against capitalism and all of these other things who are going to be there, and I'm going to bring that same attitude and support them